I noticed that things were just not equally sorting out for women in agribusiness education or in agribusiness. And it just seems to me that it's always been an unnecessary obstacle. It's based on information that isn't real, it isn't accurate. And what I wanted to do was to put an accurate picture out there of what the real situation truly is, what women bring. And not every woman is cut out to be in agribusiness, just like not every man is cut out to be in agribusiness. But those women, these folks, bring a specific set of skills and motivation and passion, if you will, to agribusiness. They're very, very suited to it, to do a really good job. And misperceptions are just unnecessary obstacles to successful businesses.
I realize that, of course, this project is about women, but it's also about agriculture. And one of our goals here in missions through Cooperative Extension and in Lee County is highlighting, promoting, and finding ways to enhance agriculture in our area through education, through awareness. And this is a unique story. Highlighting from the perspective of women provides an angle that I think sometimes folks may not be familiar with. So not only does it illuminate women's role in agriculture, but I think it also catches people's attention. It's something in some ways unexpected. It's a group that folks may not always think of first when they think of agriculture. But I think what we found throughout the project is that women are a huge and integral part of farm operations in so many different ways. We're getting to the point where women are being illuminated as farmers and as growers, as business owners, as producers. And that's something that I think we've probably known for a long time. But I think now folks are starting to come around and understand really how involved women have been in these operations and just how important of a role they play.
The women are underestimated. And uniquely to the individual and to that person's personality, how they responded to that. Some were just, okay, they'll come along, I'm just going to do my job, and folks, it'll all work out in the end. And some of the other participants were much more, nope, you're going to deal with me. It was kind of more direct.
Sometimes not being treated by others as if we know what we're doing. We had an instance one time where we bought a pickup truck, and I drove the truck more than anybody else. And we had mechanical trouble with the truck, and I could tell them exactly what was going on, and they didn't exactly buy into my story or believe what I was saying, and just sometimes not being taken seriously as a man in a predominantly male profession.
To no offense to anyone, they often don't want to take a woman necessarily as seriously. So that's a little tough. But you know, you just smile and you keep right on going, and that part of it all works out. You can win somebody over eventually.
I'm a very strong-willed person, so if somebody tells me something that I don't like or talks down to me, I'll quickly tell them back that I know what I'm doing, that I know what's going on, that you don't need to talk to me like that. I mean, I tell people how it is. I don't walk away and let them think that it's okay.
In agriculture period, you're kind of like, are you sure you know what you're talking about? Are you sure? When really, you know, I have a degree, I know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't know what I was talking about, because I don't want to argue with you. But I think that's a big thing, is that there's not a lot of females in this field, in the agriculture field, in the agribusiness field, and those that are in it do it well.
We are here, especially in Extension, to help agribusiness be successful. Could be connecting to resources or connecting to other people in the industry or other people in government. It's that whole connection that we can facilitate by the unique position that Extension holds that can really help get the voices heard. And that's what we're here to do with this project. As we're investigating this whole thing, the differences and the diversity that we found was wonderful. And yet in each story, each participant was powerful in her own way. And the families in the background that we didn't get a chance to talk to were supportive as well. Everybody comes and plays their role. It's all hands on deck. It's a family business. And one of the best things about agribusiness to so many of them was the ability to work with family. So it's really family stories.
And just the small family love that we share, that's really what keeps me going.
I asked Anna last year what she thought she wanted jobs she would like to look for or find. And she said, I think I'm gonna stay here with you, Dad. And it's turned out real good.
And having my kids involved, they go with me a lot of times during the growing season. You know, we go in the greenhouses and they come in here with me when I'm packing tomato boxes or, you know, cucumbers or whatever, and having them be a part of it and learn about the hard work and everything, it's rewarding.
You have more quality family time than you do when you work off the farm. Even though you're with your family members, you know, many more hours. You don't always agree, but you agree to disagree and you keep going. So you're able to accomplish a lot. And there's just a special bond there.
I think this project is so much more than just a women in agriculture project. It's an agriculture promotion project to really get the word out there to the citizens of Lee County and really as far as this may reach about what's involved in agriculture.
You don't make a lot of money in this industry, but you have a lot of reward in this industry.
It's never the same. It's exciting. And you get to grow beautiful flowers for millions of people who enjoy them. And they get the same enjoyment that by watching them grow that you got by growing it.
We have the most wonderful, happy, loyal customers, and when they come to you and say, you know, I come once a year, this is my happy place, I appreciate what you do, you know, how can that not be motivating?
Reaching that part of America that's never stepped foot on a farm, that maybe has some distant relatives that were on a farm generations ago, but now they have no connection anymore. And it's something that somebody can connect with and feel a personal connection with some of these people.
Because none of these ladies wanted to be on camera, but they saw the power of what their stories could do to the folks who are out there now considering agriculture or even benefiting from agriculture. Maybe not going into it as a career, but we all benefit from agriculture, and to tell that story accurately was important to all of them. That education theme was very, very deeply ingrained in all of them.
Education's, you know, it's key to anytime you invite the public to your farm. You can't miss that opportunity to engage them or put something in front of them for them to read that's going to educate them on whether it's how strawberries are grown or how corn is grown or pumpkins or the cycle of, you know, a plant life. You have to seize that moment, so to speak.
I think if they would come out here and stay a day on the farm, they'd be amazed what it takes to put that stuff on the table.
A lot of people don't have that chance to become involved in agriculture and, you know, see that side of an industry that is essential to 3 times every day, every single day, and there's so many other aspects that is important too.
It's very, very clear from the statistics that are happening right now that women are stepping up by far to play leadership roles in agriculture. Really indicates to me that these folks are ready to take the bull by the horns, if you'll pardon the pun, and run with it and make things better, because that's the common theme that we saw. Everyone wanted to make things better going forward for everybody else.
We want to keep growing our best crop, and that's a crop of new farmers.
I think something that really jumped out at me is how motivated the younger women we highlighted are. You look at Morgan and Taylor and Anna and Caitlin and all of these young women that are fresh in their career, and they're just extremely excited about it, extremely hopeful and enthusiastic about the future of their career in agriculture, and where it's going to lead them.
I think the way that I approach everything is when I am given an opportunity, no matter what it is, I go for it. I don't know if I'm going to fail, I don't know if I'm going to learn from it, if I'm going to be successful from it, but it's going to add some kind of tool to my toolbox. I'm going to take away something that I didn't have before that I did that.
And the ones that aren't going back onto the farm are really wanting to advocate for agriculture in their career, even if it's not an agricultural career.
You know, when we look at having a farmer's market downtown here in Sanford, I see that completely different than maybe someone else in my office who do not have ties to agriculture directly. I see the true raw value of having things like that in a city, and utilizing every piece of agriculture that you can. You know, from small farms and large farms in town to big agriculture companies who create equipment and allow the farmers to do what they do. I mean, every piece is so critical. And to have each of those pieces come all together, and for me to know all those pieces, I just feel like I have the knowledge that can help connect other people to those thoughts and those perspectives.
And there are new ideas coming in, and energetic young people they're excited about the future. And I think if young people see this project, young women, you know, are exposed to this project and inspired maybe to pursue a career or to look into an ag-related career field that maybe otherwise they wouldn't have considered, because of the boost or the confidence maybe that one of these women has inspired in them. I think that's really where we'll start to see the connections. So that's been an exciting part of the project, is to begin to see the ripples, and I'm sure we'll see many more as it goes forward.
So when I started this project back in October of 2016, that was beginning of my senior year of high school, and at that point I really had no clue what I wanted to do career-wise and what I wanted to do college major-wise. So I was kind of clueless. I was hoping I would have an idea by the end of the school year, so maybe I could tell the colleges what I was going to major in. And as we started going into this project and we got farther in, I realized that I really do enjoy learning about agriculture, and I really found that I had a passion for it, in fact. And by the end of the school year, I decided that I am going to major in extension education.
For women in agriculture, there are so many opportunities out there now. You know, you've got university systems and community colleges. You know, they're looking for women in agriculture right now. There's opportunities there for them if they present themselves. So I think that's a good thing. You know, don't fall into that rut that you got to be a guy to farm.
One of the coolest things for me throughout this project is to really even learn more about what these women are doing in Lee County. And I was just really, I mean, I knew many of them before this project, but I think what I learned about them even impressed me more. Just to see how sharp they are, how hardworking they are, and really just seeing what they're contributing to this county and really this community. I mean, it was really impressive. And what I'm excited about really are the next steps about how Extension can begin to address some of the emergent needs that we're seeing, how we can support them with our resources through NC State University and through our connection to the specialists up there and some of the other things that we can bring to the table.
Every extension agent I've ever met, you know, we're all about helping people. That's why we're in this job. It's the best perk of this job is helping other people.
But I think that for us, what we need to remember is that we don't have all the answers. You know, that we've got to continue to listen, we've got to continue to be attentive to these needs and really see where it takes us. So I guess I don't totally know what the end result will be, but I think in some ways that's okay, because that forces us not to totally shape this narrative, because it's not really our story. It's everybody's story, and we've got to allow them to tell it.
Going forward, whatever we do, it doesn't need to be for the women of Lee County. It needs to be with the women of Lee County.